Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is going to be the final time we see Tyler and Moman. Well, for the group play, I guess it's going to be Tyler versus Moman in week number 8. Zerg versus Protoss, starting off on Tal'Darim Altar. Jake, baby. It's my new nickname for you.
Is that my new nickname?
Jake, baby.
All right, man. Well, what do you call LZ? Is he? What Jake is he?
Oh crap.
Yeah, exactly, man.
He's Jacob. Baby.
Jacob,
yeah. Baby,
and I'm Jake, baby. That's
or I'll call one person baby and the other one I'll use Spanish.
Well, you know, that could be a good idea. Yeah, we're gonna be on ZVP here on Tal'Darim Altar. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get my camera set up there. But you know what? ZVP on Tal'Darim Altar probably gonna have a fast expansion here from Tyler. Although you know what, he's actually one of the players that I've seen at least back in the day watching his stream. Even on a map like Shakira's Plateau, where it's really easy to take a fast expansion with Forge Expand, he still sometimes favors that 3-gate Sentry Expand because it does allow you to put on more pressure earlier on. You aren't just kind of limited, and you know what? There it is, man. He's not going to go for the Forge expansion. He is going to go ahead and use that choke leading into the main. That's
really kind of weird to do that, but again, as you said, it still is pretty safe. You can get on with this. You can get to a 1-gate expand, and it gives you a lot of options thereafter. But you know, they are starting in cross positions. We can see Moman in the top left-hand position, of course. Tyler on the bottom right. And with that, I feel like any early game pressure really isn't going to do that much because of the travel distance. That being said, Tyler, I don't know if he's going to, you know, this build is the most optimal build he could possibly do.
It might not be the most optimal, but I like this play personally because, you know, I see Forge Expand so often from Protoss players, and it just doesn't seem like the most solid build. It does allow you to get a natural expansion up, but you can't really put any pressure onto Zerg players. Most of the ways that Protoss players try to do it is they either go for the Stargate play or the DT play out of an expansion, and we've seen that Zerg players pretty much blind counter that nowadays since it's the only way Protoss players can put on pressure out of a Forge expansion. So now that they pretty much know how to deal with that and they don't ever die to Stargate play anymore, they can just blindly set up some spores, and they can usually just go take a really quick third, and they'll end up being ahead. You can't put on any pressure. They can just drone up for a couple minutes for free. So I do think, you know, some players going back to the 1-gate expand style, being able to actually have that warp gate tech up a little bit earlier to put on that pressure will be a good way to play. But as you said, those cross positions are going to make it a lot harder. Some of you might be wondering, well, he has warp gates. What's the problem with cross position? The problem is when you move out, you have to send all those sentries out from your base, and that's a really dangerous situation because if your opponent happened to have been making a ton of Zerglings, for example, instead of drones, and they get a nice surround on your sentries or do a run-by while you're trying to run towards their base, you can be in a lot of trouble. So these cross positions are definitely not going to be favoring Tyler.
Yeah, and we can see Tyler gets into Moman's base, sees the fast expansion. This is a 15-15 spawning pool and hatchery. Spawning pool first. Now the extractor goes down. So this gives Tyler indication that, hey, I can go stalkers right now. But he is actually pumping out his first Zealot.
Wow.
I don't know if I like this as much, but it's just to stay completely safe, I suppose.
Yeah, I think the only reason he's doing this might just be playing to his opponent. Of course, both these players were Brood War players. I'm sure Tyler knows Moman's style. He is definitely known for his Zergling usage. And you know what? He's going to get that Stargate. 1-gate Stargate expand can be a really safe way to expand, but I feel like given the fact that he saw what the build Moman was going for with that quick expansion of his own, I feel like maybe this would be a build to pull out if you see your opponent go for something like 14 gas, 14 pool. If they're going to get that early hatchery up, it seems like this is going to delay Tyler's expansion so much. Oh my god, Tyler is actually not going to go 1-gate Stargate expand. Generally, 1-gate Stargate expand would just rely on a Void Ray, so you can completely defend against any possibility of Zergling or Roach pressure. Allows you to take a very quick expansion. And you can use those Phoenixes for scouting. But instead, Tyler's going to add on the second gateway. That might signify, especially with this 100 Chrono Boost energy he's about to get up to, that he's going to be going for some really hard 1-base pressure. Yep,
and there's that first Void Ray coming out right now. It looks like he will be going some sort of conjunction with the probably some sort of 2-gate or 3-gate pressure with the Void Rays. But you know what? It's a big map. Yeah. It's hard to get over there. Even this Void Ray, look at how long it needs to go in order to actually get over to the base. I need to like scroll 10 million times just to get over there.
Yeah, man, maybe you need a higher mouse sensitivity.
I do.
So you can just use a smaller amount of that, a mouse pad or something. But the Void Ray walking dangerously close to that Overlord. It looks like Moman not going to be able to get the vision of it just yet, though. So not going to know what's on the way. We do see additional Void Rays being Chrono Boosted, so Tyler not going to immediately switch into Phoenixes. This is why he saved up so much Chrono Boost energy, so he could get that get those Void Rays constantly chrono boosted. He's going to get just 2, then switch over to Phoenixes. And with this 2-gate play, he does have Warp Gate now done, so he could move forward, force some pressure, and Moman could be in a little bit of trouble because he just has 1 Spine Crawler on the way now. The Evo Chamber is only now a third of the way done, and he's been droning up. So speed is now done for those Zerglings, but this type of aggression might catch him off guard. There's the Nexus on the way, so it's clearly not going to be any type of 1-base all-in here from Tyler. He is using this to put on pressure while he expands, and that's actually a good way, I feel, to play PvZ if you can make it work.
Yes.
Because you do need to put on that pressure, make sure that the Zerg player is not just freely macroing, freely joining up. Now the first order is going to be spotted by that Zergling at the Xenosaga tower, so Moman's got to realize what's going on. He's putting up 2 spores immediately. The first order is going to go into the main right now. There is a queen in place. He will be able to engage onto that queen if he wants to. Trying to get charged up. He already killed off 1 drone, and it looks like he's going to get a second drone. Going to need to attack that queen, though. No, he's just going to target fire drones for now. Nope, there's the second queen popping out. Meanwhile, the Void Ray behind the natural is not able to move in because Moman does have 4 queens. He is absolutely defended right now.
Yeah, the 4 queens, of course, gives him the ability to transfuse anytime he wants, as long as he just keeps up that energy. But here's 2 Phoenixes come in here, lifts up the first queen, the one with more energy. It's the correct thing to do, but look at this. Zergling's actually coming in into the natural of Tyler's base. It looks like this one Zealot is the only thing that's actually defending him. Absolutely.
Nice
the Zerglings are trying to get in there, but they cannot.
Really good force from Tyler, but he's got to be careful. That Zealot is about to die, and there are a lot of Zerglings about to stream in his base. He's not warping in another Zealot right now. His cooldown just came up. It wasn't in time. He's going to have to warp in those Zealots in his mineral line, so it might take some damage from these Zerglings, but of course he's still doing a lot of damage at the natural. Moman not even minding those 2 Phoenixes in that Void. We were able to take out the 2 queens that Moman had there. Looks like the 2 queens in the main, actually 3 now, were able to defend those, so the other Void was forced to either fall back, or actually he might have died there. So he did reproduce 1, so he's at 2 Voids, 3 Phoenixes right now. He did do a bit of damage, but I'm really confused why he left that natural there. I think he should have stayed there, continued to put on the pressure, and denied Moman from continuing to mine.
Yeah, it's quite a shame, but there's a lot of stuff going on in that battle, and Tyler still, I think, is in good position with these 2 Void Rays just sharking around the entire map, try and pick off any form of queens or things like that. Oh, queens are put way up, way far from that Spore Crawler.
Oh, no.
And there goes that 1 queen. That's a big mistake coming out from Moman.
Nice job picking up the queen that has 90 energy, so it will not be able to transfuse that other queen. Really great play here from Tyler. You will be able to pick off that queen there. Another queen's trying to come in, but it might get lifted. No, it's running back to the Spore. He is able to pick it up out of range of that Spore, and he's going to pick off every single queen. There's 1 more from Moman that he's going to have to worry about, but he can put a lot of pressure on here at the main. I'm really surprised he's not target firing the hatchery in there that's trying to make it into the lair, but he's going to target fire the evolution chamber right now. No, he's going to go for that last queen. Moman just a little bit out of position. He's going to lose that queen. Now he's going to lose his evolution chamber with Carapace upgrades on the way as well, and he's continuing to lose overlords, units here. This is terrible for Moman.
Yeah, Moman just has no response to these Void Rays out here. They're just doing way too much damage. Now in range to actually take out the Spine Crawler and to take out the hatchery if he so chooses to. Looks like the Spine Crawler is just going to bust out of here. That 1 queen is, again, too far away from the Spore Crawler, so we have it getting picked up yet again. He needs to cancel, get out of there. There you go. And now he's just going to pick off this hatchery.
Yeah, man, 2 charged up Void Rays on the hatchery. How can Moman deal with these? He's trying to move the Spore Crawler closer, but it's not going to be close enough. He can actually attack that 1 Void, so Tyler might need to reposition that, but of course that's all he needs to do, reposition. He still has 2 charged Voids attacking this hatchery. The hatchery is going to go down for a moment. He doesn't have a queen out to transfuse. The queen's going to come out, but it's not going to have enough energy, of course, and there goes the hatchery. This is a huge blow to Moman, with Tyler already having his natural expansion up, and he can start putting pressure on the main now. The Hydra Den is up with 6 Hydras on the way. We'll have to see if that'll be enough for Moman to defend.
Yeah, I think it will be. The Hydras obviously do such extreme damage, but if you can manage to pick them off and they actually stream in like they are right now.
Oh my god,
both these players are just letting it go.
Them up, man. He's charged. He could lift up these Hydras. Unfortunately, late reaction times from Tyler. He does lift up some of the Hydras, but unfortunately all the Voiders are dead. Now he's losing his Phoenix as well. Only 1 Phoenix left alive. He desperately needs to keep that alive so he can have that scouting information, but look at him moving forward for the aggression now with all these Stalkers, Zealots, and Sentries. He does not have Blink, though, and he's just now starting ground weapons level 1, so this timing seems a little bit strange from Tyler. I feel like he might have a little bit of trouble dealing with these Hydras, but it's a good move because Moman lost his natural, and he really can't have enough mining to deal with this at all.
Yeah, there's not actually a lot of Hydras in this army composition, though. It's a total of 7. Units tab is showing, 7 and 2 Zerglings. I don't even know where the Zerglings are. It looks like they're actually on the Xenosaga towers. But still, this is basically a push that's just going to decimate his opponent. There's not nearly enough stuff in this army. He's trying to get down some Spine Crawlers, but it's just not going to happen, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult, especially without the creep spread there. And now he's going to come forward for the engagement. We're going to see the force fields go off. There we go. Now isolating those Hydras. They can't escape. He's going to lose everything. Tyler has a huge army right now he's moving forward with, and Moman just has no way to respond right now. He's lost way too much in the early game, and it looks like Tyler is going to be able to take game number 1.
Yep, just bearing down a little bit more. Moman, it's just around time to tap out. GG.
And it looks like Tyler's going to be able to take game number 1. And you know what? I'm so happy to see him win because I've been a fan of Tyler since the Brood War days.
Yep.
And you know what? I actually really like his play in that game. It was absolutely 100% clear that he had practiced that build to a pinpoint there. He had saved up the Chrono Boost. He got up to 99 Chrono Boost right at the moment that Stargate was finishing, so he could have that constant Chrono. And you know what? The timing actually worked out really well for him because every Zerg is expecting the Protoss to go for a Forge expansion there. And usually they will be prepared for Stargate play out of that, but not for that type of one-base play that Tyler went for. He was able to get those Void Rays there, and even with 4 Queens, Moman was not able to successfully defend.
Yeah, a couple of things with that. I mean, obviously he wants to group up his 4 Queens whenever he's dealing with that type of pressure, and he didn't do that. He actually split them up 2 and 2.
He was forced to, though. Remember, Tyler had a Void in the main, and he had the Voids and Phoenixes in the natural.
But another big thing I thought that Moman failed to do was getting additional Spore Crawlers. You can't just really survive on one, because as soon as those Phoenixes get in there and you have 2 Void Rays, it is enough DPS to kill the Queen and then run out of there and keep your Phoenix alive.
Right.
So just little things, but yes, overall, I do feel like Tyler highly outplayed his opponent, was able to take that win pretty easily.
Yeah, well played. Now we're going to be moving into game 2 to see if Moman can make the comeback or if Tyler can take a clean 2-0 victory.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.